Hey guys, welcome to Math Simplified with Messiah. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about greatest common factor. Why is this important, right? And when would you need it? So, greatest common factor, right? You need this when you're factoring any kind of equations, if you want to solve for zeros or anything like that. Or the simpler term is when you need greatest common factor. Let's say you're trying to do simplifying a fraction. How do you do it? You have to know the greatest common factor to get it to the reduce the simplest form, right? So we're going to take two numbers, right? And we're just going to see real quick, right? So let's say we had 18 and 24, right? So I can say that I can make this by what? 2 times 9. Of course, we can do 1 and 18, right? What else can we do? We can do 2 times 9. That gives us 18. We can do 1 times 18. We can do 3 times 6, right? What about 4? 4 doesn't get us, 5 doesn't get us, and that's it, right? So it's 1 times 18, right? I forgot the x here, and then 2 times 9 and 3 times 6. What about this guy? Let's bridge this out and see what can get it. 1 times 24, of course, and then it would be what? 2 times 12, and then 3 times 8, right? And then what else? 4 times 6, right? Anything else would get it there? 5, 6. Again, we're back, right? So now is the greatest common factor. So when you look at the greatest one, is it going to be the 2? They both have 2's, no. Is it going to be the 3? They both have 3's, no. Is the 6, right? So I look at the 6 here and I see a 6 here. So the greatest common factor is 6, and that's it, and you're done. If they ask you ever for greatest common factor, that's where you go. But let's show you something that you can do with this. 18 over 24. 6 goes on the top how many times? 3 times, right? And 6 goes on the bottom how many times? 4 times. You could reduce this. If they told you all of a sudden, hey, this is a fraction, 18 over 24. You use GCF, which is greatest common factor, and you get 3 over 4. Let's do one for yourself, okay? So let's do, let's say you had 14 and 28. Pause the video right now, right? And do it. Okay, you can unpause. It probably took a little more time than expected. But anyways, let's do this. So you got what? 1 and 14, right? So 1 times 14 and 2 times 7. Okay? Watch this. This one is 1 times 28, right? This is also what? 2 times 14. This is 3 times something? No. But what about 4 times 7, right? Yes. So look, we have 7 and 7. We have a 2 and a 2. But that's not it. Look what's even more crazy. We got a 14 and a 14. That's crazy, right? So you have the greatest common factor as being 14. 14 is the number itself. You times it by 2 and you get 28. So the greatest common factor is 14. If they ever had it in a fraction form, they told you 28 over 14, what would you do? 14 goes on the top twice, 14 goes on the bottom once. But if they told you 14 over 28, 14 goes here once, 14 goes here twice. See that? It could be 1/2 or it could be 2 over 1, which is 2. Just remember the question, what they're asking. But to get the greatest common factor, factor them out, what times what multiplies to give you that, and then just circle and see which is the greatest. And that's it. That's simple, right? That's Math Simplified with Messiah. Catch me on the next episode.